Hi guys, welcome to this video. This is Dr. Moorthy, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, SNS College of Technology, Coimbatore. So this is a lecture series of engineering drawing. So in this video, we are going to discuss about a topic called a projection of solids and a section of solids. So this is a lecture series of engineering drawing. So in this previous lecture videos, we have discussed about introduction to engineering drawings and what are the symbols and notations we have used and what are the applications of engineering drawings, what is the essential of these things, and what are projection of simple points, projection of lines, projection of planes. So these things we have already discussed in the previous video. Yes, we know that engineering drawings is the language that to communicate the information regarding the object through the diagram with detailed information. So that is engineering drawing, and it is essential to give a complete description about an object or particular things with the proper manner, and the detailed information is required in order to have the effective communication and sharings. And in this video we are going to discuss about the projection of section of solid and projection of solid. And you know that in the section of solids is once the projection is completed, we need to have the interior properties of any object that we can easily get through means of sections or the sectioning of solids. So here the internal hidden details of the object are shown in orthographic views by dashed line. That is, the hidden the things are to be represented in the dashed line or hidden lines. The intensity of dashed lines in orthographic view, it may be depends on the complexity of internal structure of the object. And if there are many hidden lines, it is very difficult to visualize the shape of the object. Yes, we know the hidden lines is used if that is the invisible things in the object. If many hidden lines are invisible things to be here, then we can't easily visible the entire things of the object. So it is very complicated things to view, to know the entire details about the object. For that case, the sectioning of solids is very useful in order to make to section the object and to view the internal details of the object. That is, therefore, the general practice is to draw a sectional views of complex objects in order to view the simple orthographic. A simple orthographic views is not only is not enough to view the entire details about the object, and the section of solids also essential or important to know the entire things within the object. So a section view, as the name suggests, is obtained by taking the section of object along the particular plane. So in the general, the section plane is classified into two types. That is, sectioning the object is perpendicular to axis, and the second one is parallel to axis or inclined to axis. It is very important, and based on that we have a further classification called truncated solids and the frustum of solids. So the frustum of solids is the section of solids by cutting or sectioning of the object is parallel to the base or perpendicular to the axis. So this is a frustum of object, or frustum of pyramid, or frustum of cone, or frustum of a simple object. And if we are cutting or we are making the section inclined to axis or inclined to base, then it is called as a truncated object solid, or truncated pyramid, or truncated prism based on the base object that we have. So yeah, imaginary cutting pen is used to obtain the section of object, as we discussed earlier. As a imaginary cutting pen or section pen is used to cut the object either parallel to axis or perpendicular to axis, as well as parallel to base or inclined to base. So that depends on our requirement. And next one is the theory of sectioning. Whenever a section plane cuts a solid and it intersect or coincides with the edge of the solids. So the point at which the section plane intersect an edge of the solid is called point of intersection. So based on where the section plane is intersect with the edges, that we can get the section of solids. So in case of the solid having a curved surface, like example that we have cylinder, cone or sphere, where the point of intersections are located between the cutting plane and the lateral lines. So these are the very essential thing with the theory of sectioning or section of solids. Thank you.